One thing you gotta realize is that trading is a mental game. You know, I am currently in Euro GBP, this trade, and even if it does come back to break even, you gotta look at things in terms of the long term. There will be times when your life fluctuates, just like trading, just how the markets move. Life may be just in that way, you know. Trading is similar to your life, to be honest. There will be you will have your highs and you will have your lows, just like how trading moves, man. And this will all be a curve like this, right? And this is your high and this is your low and this is your high and this is your low. This is how life just moves. And you got to look at things in terms of the long term, the end here, this point where you actually succeed. I still have times when I'm down and just work through it, man. Just gotta work through it. And there will be times like that, but you just gotta still understand that your strategy will work in the long term. You will make gains in the long term. Don't look at things in terms of the short term. Even if you do lose a trade now, this week, this month, you will make it. It all comes, it all develops in the head. You gotta reinstall that idea that you're gonna make it. So it really all comes down to your mentality, to be honest. It just really comes down to your mentality. I am 17 years old. I'm still trading while I'm still in school, yes. And yes, it is hard because you gotta choose, man. You gotta choose which one you gotta do. You gotta choose whether you're gonna focus on trading more than you focus on your books. I mean, my passion lies in trading and I don't regret a thing. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. That's kind of mindset you gotta have, you know. Just I am in this trade and it's pulling back to break even right now. I think this is the longest trade I really have had since quite a long time, but it's pulling back to break even. I have held it over the whole weekend, and currently now it's pulling back to break even. Yeah, really, but we'll see what we can catch this week. So that's really the only trade currently in right now. But at 2 o'clock, I'm gonna check out some trades, and we'll see if I don't know if there's news or anything today, but I'll check it out sometime then. But as we were here in the curve, really, or now we are done with actually this curve. This is how actually how life moves. In terms of entries or strategy you're using, to be honest, it can be a high. It can be these two things. You either got a low RR system, right? Low RR system, but higher win rate. So, let me just do this: lower RR system, but a higher win rate, which is the one I use. Or you can have a smaller RR. You can have a smaller RR system, but with a low win rate. So you might take constant losses on trades, before they move up, and maybe you want to enter here again, right, on this SND or resistant, whatever you use. It comes back, shoots down, it's a loss again. But once you finally catch that move, right? Once you sorry for my drawing, it's really, really bad. Once you catch that move, right, it's a high RR trade, and you really covered all your losses. Right, you covered all your losses and are running in this move, and maybe you are trailing your stop loss continuously here. Who knows, however you trade, but if you're gonna hold it here, you're a legend, man. You're a legend. If you're gonna hold it till the end here without taking partials, man, you're a legend. Yeah, but you either have a lower RR, lower RR and a high win rate, or a lower R or higher RR and a lower win rate, constantly taking losses. But when you catch that move, it really covers all your losses. These -1% or two, I prefer you risk 1%, but it's your choice. But these -1% here, these losses, all these losses here, this now is covering all of them. It's 8 RR now, and you maybe just say took 4 losses, you just gained 4%, right? 4 minus 8 is 4. You just gained 4.08% right here. And if you are in a funding challenge or whatever it might be, you will have passed it, unless your partials are too many or whatever. But those are really the things you should be focusing on. So you know that if you have a higher RR and you keep losing here, and you've back tested your system, you know that you will catch that move. You know, it will come, and when it comes, you will cover all your losses. And the thing is, people might have that strategy of, people might have, just delete all this. So people, right? Yes, they might have that nice, beautiful strategy that works, right? That works and gives them a high RR trade, right? This is where they entered. Let's just say this is the entry point here. Oh my days, my drawings. But this is the entry point here. And when they come to losing, right? They maybe take three losing trades. They have a high RR winning strategy, high RR strategy, and they come to they are losing now. This is where they take the losses, right? They're just losing. They just keep losing here. 3 trades in a loss, and they just, okay, maybe this strategy is not for me. Maybe this system here is not for me, and I have to find another strategy. This is what I used to do. I was trying to find the holy grail. This is what I used to do, and this is what many traders do. And this is why, I don't know the statistics, 1%, 5% only win in Forex and all that. So you gotta find, you gotta go through these losses, knowing that, okay, the next win I am going to catch will cover all these losses, all these -1s or -2s, whatever you're risking, will cover them up. It will cover them up. It will take off, because you have collected data of your strategy. You're not just really using it in live markets without collecting data. Now that wouldn't be so wise, right? So you know that if you have a high RR winning strategy, you will win and you'll cover the losses. Or heck, a low, just delete all this, yeah, or a low winning, sorry, I get confused by the two, or a what is this, lower RR high winning rate. You might get multiple winning trades and then just one loss. So you might get multiple winning trades, and then just one loss. And you know that at the end of the week, or at the end of the month, or at the end of the year, however you trade, you will be landing in the blues. You will be on the blue side, not the red side, because you constantly have winning trades. Even though it's a lower RR, you constantly have winning trades. And if I have just as I forgot the trader though, but yeah, if you have 7 winning trades, right, and then you get how many, 3 winning trades, 3 losing trades, but let's just, 3 losing trades, or heck, let's just make it 4. Sorry, let's just if you have 7 winning trades right here, and you take 5 losing trades, right, and you take 5 losing trades, you are still in the blues. But then even if it's a 1 hour system, it's a 1 hour 1 RR, you will be still landing in profits. And if it's a 2, then you'll be landing in more profits, because 7 times 2 is 14, 2 times 5, well, you're risking 1% here, right? You're going to be losing 1 hour here, and you're going to be making 2 hour here, right? So you'll still be landing in profits, even if you take 7 wins and 5 losses. So stop thinking about things in the short term, right? You got to look at that curve, as we were talking about here. That curve here, it's the long term, and these losses, these minor losses, are these these low points. It comes down, but it'll still go up, just like how the markets work. It'll still go up and come down, and this all forms an exponential graph here, which shows progression and all that. So really, yeah. Now I just came back to break even as I'm talking. So you gotta look at things in terms of the long term and stop focusing things in terms of short term. These losses. I took a loss. Now my day's bad. No, no, don't do that. So you gotta look at things in terms of the long term and what you can achieve, right? So keep reinstalling that mindset. Even now as I'm talking, I'm advising myself. I'm advising myself through these videos so I remind myself constantly the long term. What is the aim? What is the goal? You know? So yeah, thank you for watching if you are still here. Please do not, or if you want to subscribe, you can. I do want you to subscribe, but if you want, you can. If this information was valuable and you want more, then you can subscribe and leave a like.